Entitled, Aunt Shows Up to My Wedding with an Uninvited Guest. Now I'm stuck figuring out what to do. Getting married was supposed to be one of the most joyous days of my life, and I was beyond excited for my wedding this past Friday. The sun was shining, the flowers were blooming, and everything seemed to fall perfectly into place. However, as the day unfolded, I found myself wrestling with unexpected family drama that threatened to overshadow my happiness. To give you a bit of background, my family doesn't often gather together, typically only coming together for significant events like weddings and milestone celebrations. When I was planning my big day, I had a clear rule in place regarding plus ones. Only partners who had been dating for over a year were invited. This was a guideline I implemented to maintain a sense of intimacy and order on what was meant to be a cherished occasion. My sister had similar rules at her wedding the year before, which had already caused some tension with my aunt. I should have anticipated the storm brewing. 2 weeks before my wedding, fate had it that I ran into my aunt at a family baptism. To my surprise, she revealed that my cousin, who has a habit of cycling through girlfriends, had a new partner. She seemed pleasant, and I had no issues with her personally. After discussing the final head count for the venue and being upfront about my rule, I told my aunt that while her son and his girlfriend could not join us for the entire evening, she was welcome to come after 9 p.m., once the formalities were over. My aunt appeared satisfied with this arrangement and said she would communicate it to her son. The wedding day arrived, and as I walked down the aisle, everything felt surreal and magical. But as soon as the ceremony ended, I started to notice things going awry. I looked around during our extended family photos and was stunned to see my cousin's new girlfriend in attendance. Despite the agreement, I was furious but chose to brush it off, wanting to finish the photos quickly, since it was chilly outside. After the photo session, we were all eagerly waiting for dinner when I spotted her again. Still there. I couldn't believe it. I approached my mom, hoping she had some insight. To my disbelief, my aunt had spoken to her that day and told her that the girlfriend was welcome and that we would just scoop food off our plates for her. The audacity. I had meticulously planned out individual place cards for everyone, and my aunt had simply let her son's girlfriend pull up a chair at the family table without a second thought. At this point, I was seething, but didn't want to ruin the atmosphere, especially since my grandparents were visiting from overseas. My mom reassured me to let it go, but I couldn't shake the feeling of disrespect swirling around my aunt's actions. My siblings, who interacted with her, insisted that she was so sweet and likely didn't realize she wasn't invited, but deep down, I felt she had taken advantage of the situation. Now that the wedding is over and the dust has settled, I'm left contemplating whether I should reach out to my aunt and express how disrespected I felt by her behavior. My family insists I should just let it slide, chalk it up to her being her usual self, but I believe that just because she has a history of entitlement doesn't mean she should get a pass this time. What should I do? Should I confront her and articulate how her actions were inappropriate, or would that just add unnecessary tension? If I choose to say something, how do I even start that conversation without coming off as overly dramatic?